The circumstances surrounding Papoose and Claressa Shields' alleged secret wedding are reminiscent of a fever dream starring Tyler Perry and Zeus Network, complete with a flying wig, a screaming Remy Ma, and a man who remains still at the altar, like Elsa. Even if you thought the drama was over, it's only just beginning. What happens when there is enough conflict, betrayal, and tension to tarnish each of New York's 5 boroughs, along with a championship boxer, a furious ex-boyfriend, and a secret wedding? Instead of just attending the ceremony, Remy Ma made matters worse by dragging Claressa in front of the guests. When Papoose Bro arrived to a WWE main event with his Wi-Fi turned off, video leaks, secret invites, and a lace front left behind like a wounded soldier, you won't believe what really happened. We may be about to witness the most absurd thing we have ever seen, so hold on tight. Let's go back in time and change the beginning of this intricate fairy tale from once upon a time to exclude Remy Ma. Imagine a ballroom with sparkling lights and violins playing in the hills outside of Atlanta. It's the year's largest celebrity ambush. The bridegroom, Claressa Shields, is a recent reality TV sensation and 2-time Olympic gold champion. "It looks too good," she murmurs to Papoose, referring to the bride's attire. Even when things seem to be going well, there is always a storm in the horizon in the realm of hip-hop royalty. We believed him to have proclaimed himself the monarch of fidelity. Now let's examine why this wedding was first kept under wraps. Claressa was rumored to detest outside influences. Remy Ma isn't just any ex-wife, honey. She's Bronx royalty, so you should avoid her for that reason. The female performer who gave according to our anonymous Wi-Fi caterer, Remy learned about the wedding through a private Snap story sent by a mutual acquaintance who had neglected to keep it a secret. Suppose if Remy was not happy. She went out in style, even though she was awarded a recording deal despite putting in a 7-year bid. No mission, no red shoes, no trench coat, no RSVP, no cool head. She reportedly ran into the ballroom like a rap race, avoiding security and shouting to an usher, "Don't touch me, I have history with the groom." As Claressa sampled, the attendees cheered because she had a microphone and a champagne flute with her. According to witnesses, Remy initially remained silent when the music suddenly stopped and approached the bridesmaids saying, "Oh no, she's here." Her glances at Claressa and Papoose sparked the wig grabbing. Before writing this off as a hoax, consider this. Remy is seen grabbing Claressa by the lace front in an internet video that was made public after she was removed from TikTok due to graphic hair trauma, shouting, "You thought I wouldn't find out." As everyone rushed to take pictures from behind the centerpieces, let's pause to think that even if it all seems to have been orchestrated by Mona Scott Young, the worst thing is that the Papoose, yes, the same man who had tied, "I'll never let them disrespect my queen." She just stood there frozen, mouth slightly open, holding the ring box like it was evidence in a criminal case. Bound, one of the guests who spoke to our crew, remarked, "Even though he was buffering in real life, it felt like his soul left the building." Claressa, who is a very skilled fighter, didn't even swing during this period. "Get my purse or maybe get my gloves," she probably whispered to her maid of honor as she stood there, her pride in one hand and her wig in the other. Because the team probably took a break to eat the vegan buffet. An insider claimed that there was no security. According to a visitor posing as Papoose's cousin, Remy just raised her voice after the wig grab, rather than screamed. With a startled look around the room, she said, "To loyalty, may it rest in peace. I mean, Shakespeare? Who?" Another woman attempted to live stream the scene but discovered her phone was still in selfie mode. Claressa's sister had passed out, and officially it affected the 5 stages of grief: anger, denial, bargaining, shock, and of course, dragging someone along. However, this mess wasn't finished marinating, so don't worry. When you believe that things can't get much worse, Remy takes out a manila package. Within, DMs are the light documentation, according to reports. All documentation, including photos and lodging receipts, is welcome at the Proof Olympics. "You've been sneaking around since last August. You told me it was about boxing. You didn't say it was this kind of ring," a second-row tourist stated when Remy waved the documents. This pivotal moment meant that the stakes were higher than wigs. Topics of conversation included betrayal timelines and a man who made a lifelong commitment to 2 women. To make matters worse, the wedding DJ unintentionally streamed the entire affair live. Suddenly, murmurs filled the room. Now let's wait a minute. I should have closed his Twitch channel, but I didn't. The Shade Room Lipstick Alley, a phony account that was actually posing as Remy's chihuahua, replayed the video before Claressa could correct her errors. Remy was prepared to depart when Papoose finally arrived and flipped her hair like a curtain. They're talking about the blink. When he eventually emerged from his shock trance, he remained still like a wax figure at Madame Tussauds Papoose. However, rather than quickly intervening to break up the altercation or comfort his new bride, he did something that caused the entire ballroom to gasp more loudly than Claressa's remarks. A guest who wished to remain anonymous claimed that when the wig was off, he went up to Remy. Yes, you read right, rather than Claressa Remy. In actuality, one of the most tumultuous post-breakup reunions we have ever witnessed was Love and Hip Hop, The Resurrection. He walked over to her and stooped down to whisper something in her ear. Papoose claimed to be able to read people's lips, and when Claressa, her manager, her team, and her stylist proposed the wedding, he murmured, "I told you I wasn't ready. They pushed this wedding without me. Remy, here's the manila envelope." This ceremony might not have been as mutual as those gold-plated invites suggested. Rumors that Claressa was in a hurry to conceal things before more details concerning Remy were made public had been going about for weeks. Papoose really scooped it up after it hit the floor. He refused to give it to Claressa or throw it away, keeping it like he would a lost truth diary. Claressa jumped up and tried to straighten up the tangled bridesmaids and one of the groom's entourage, one lash at a time. Thereafter went popular. Online. The violinist withdrew into a corner and reflected, "I played for this. This is why you don't have backyard weddings with industry people." Remy Mark was not bothered by the fact that one of Claressa's relatives, let's call her Condra, with the curls, sprang at him. "Little one, you believed that everything was over, but in reality, there was a full-fledged fight between the Bronx and Flint in the middle of a reception hall worth $60,000. Remy answered, sidestepping it like it was a drill. With iconic security finally showed up, panting and 30 minutes late, and attempted to defuse the situation by saying, "Touch me and I'll drop more screenshots than an Android user." However, they were unable to use a Remy Ma entrance because that would not work. A bottle of Fiji water. The DJ continued to play Beyoncé's Best Thing I Never Had again, as if it were a breakup anthem straight out of paradise. And by this point, half of the guests had left the cake unfinished. The media was also involved since, by the time the video of the wig snatching was made public online, it was when Remy actually yelled, "Speak now or forever, snatch this lace," jokes about ostentatious. Demonic marriages started to circulate on Twitter, and as the cocktails were being sipped, the number of comments about them increased. Observing the rapid decline of his entire reputation, Blink Claressa had never prepared her guest list, but she had spent her entire life preparing for combat. Then the phony messages started. Before Remy moved out, Claressa was allegedly seen contacting Papoose, as you may recall from screenshots. Another conversation claims that Claressa liked her burner Instagram account once. Remy Ma disappeared during a period when the internet was pulling individuals in all directions. The most damaging of these were images of Papoose and a purportedly direct message from Claressa that said, "She won't be around forever, let me show you loyalty." That's why she left the wedding. She apparently got into a black SUV and drove off without troubling anyone, with an arrogant smile and a rolled-out hairstyle as though it were part of a premeditated departure. However, according to sources, she didn't go home. Instead, a valet staff said that Ray's driver made a diversion to a hotel that was only 10 minutes from this type of hotel is not new to you. It was also the intended location for Papoose and Claressa's wedding night. Please tell me what we are talking about. Everyone was astonished by what transpired next. A post-wedding fight, a secret meeting, and an effort at reconciliation. In the late evening, Papoose failed to show up at the motel. According to reports, Claressa slept alone herself at the hotel while attempting to control her tears and figure out how to get the wedding hashtag taken down. That same night, Remy Ma shared an enigmatic Instagram story with a black screen that showed a missing manila shipment and a white suit with broken vibrations. The honeymoon suite and groom were absent. Explain the facts in simple terms. Cardi B's direct messages were inundated with admirers, some of whom asked for receipts. She even wrote, "Damn, sis, now I need popcorn and a therapist." Truth always wins in the end. It stated, "If that's not a confession, we don't know what it is, but don't go anywhere because..." And the next morning, the horrifying Instagram tale went viral. No interviews, no Instagram posts, no tweets, and no radio silence. Sometimes, silence is the loudest truth, sir. The argument doesn't stop here. The next day, it turns into a problem that could kill your career. To illustrate why I think it is charitable to call the wedding tragedy a disaster, let's fast forward to the day after it happened. Like CSI, the internet analyzed every little bit of the released video. The real drama starts when Claressa Shields appears on Instagram Live the next morning, crying and highly makeup appearing. Remy Ma is the most popular person in the world for all the wrong reasons, or, depending on who you ask, the right ones. Wig jokes are everywhere, and memes about the Kennedy assassination tape are going insane. The caption for a hoodie that was clearly not hers said, "I didn't deserve this. Not on my wedding day. Not from a woman I once looked up to, absolutely," she continued. But baby, this wasn't just a live. This was a televised breakdown with commercial breaks for sympathy. So let's break down what she said first. Claressa attested to the wedding's legality and the signatures on the required paperwork. She asserted that in order to maintain harmony, after months of secret engagement, she and Papoose had decided on a private ceremony. She continued by saying that for weeks, Remy had been bothering her by visiting her gym and sending strange texts. Despite not being known at the time, it quickly became legal. Halfway through, Claressa's manager cut the live feed off, declaring, "We are going to sue Remy Ma for emotional distress and physical assault." Although the lawsuit was formally underway, it was not yet complete. Remy's team claims that CCTV footage from the venue's exterior cameras shows her walking in with a duffel bag of ambition. One could question what exactly a duffel bag of intent is. Among other things, they observed that the rucksack had a change of shoes and combat boots. She picked up a folder of receipts and waited for the wig to be placed inside a satin drawstring bag. You should at least accessorize if you're attending a wedding. However, Claressa was crying live, and the rest of social media was already focusing on her since her mascara was running. The wedding invitation that had been delivered to her under the fictitious name Marie R. Scott was carefully magnified. Both music and talk were absent. This was the most dramatic narrative turn of the century, and the account claimed that the internet was now officially divided into opposing political parties. "You invited me, but you didn't think I'd show up. Nothing provides closure like pulling off the wig. Team Papoose, dude. Remy went too far. Claressa is the victim. Team Remy did a fantastic job." In an unforeseen turn of events, a member of Papoose's social circle released the prenuptial agreement. Double blink if you need assistance. Evidently fed up with the show, they sent a, "Understand that this wedding was not about love." She received money, a Miami condo, and pricey cars from the Black Love Company, which Papoose and Remy co-founded. Everything belonged to her. This adorable little PDF outlines Claressa's rights in the event that the marriage ended inside those 90 days. Everyone wants to know what occurred with Leverage now that the public is aware of it. Paparazzi saw Papoose leave a Manhattan studio wearing a black hoodie that said, "Love is a battle." Claressa did the following, sir, but very softly. Papoose has not commented. "That woman tried to humiliate me, but karma always comes back around. I just didn't expect it to wear red heels the shade of premium quality," she said in her headline. Now, she faces legal action, paperwork, and an exclusive appearance on The Breakfast Club. Next up is Remy. According to Mark, the Empress of Emotional Warfare, Queen of Chaos, and the star of a new documentary series, Remy Ma had been working on the documentary for more than a year without interfering with the Remy Ma story. Apparently, producers were now hurrying through post-production to incorporate the wedding video as the "how will things turn out now that I didn't spoil the wedding?" According to a voicemail made public before the season finale, one source claimed, "I walked into my closure, and if a wig had to go for peace to enter, so be it. Your Honor has initiated Remy's team's legal proceedings. Let's suppose for a moment that we have been looking for life. But hold on. The story's awful ending involves a voicemail that Papoose left for Remy. Claressa's public relations team is working hard to enhance Papoose's image and maintains that they will defend the case on the grounds of emotional space self-defense. Since the beginning of the violin version of Alphabetical Slaughter, many have been wondering if this is a wedding or a secret reunion. He claims, as reported in the blogs, that "I never stopped loving you. I just stopped knowing how to show it." We're still in disbelief because Remy Ma did more than just ruin the wedding. She turned it into a broadcast TKO, with the entire world watching, the manila envelope, the wig in hand, the stolen wig, the shocked groom, the broken vows, and a lawsuit in heels. Which side do you support? Did everything go as planned, or was Claressa a desperate bride caught in a Bronx storm? Or did Remy Ma do something that most women only consider when their ex tries to arrange a glamorous wedding and attend in secret? Papoose, here is your by chance. Let's be honest, the wedding was a battlefield, complete with floral arches, monogrammed napkins, and high heels. Why did you lose your expression more than your loyalty? In order to see more bizarre celebrity drama, please click the bell and subscribe to the video. Tomorrow, you can back Claressa, Remy, or me since I came for the memes. Post your thoughts in the space provided for comments. We may share this information with the afterparty. They tried to disguise this as gossip. When the truth is out, the leaker's demeanor starts to change. Irony, receipts, and no sense of humor at all.